Hi friends, I'm Wednesday. I'm going to be guiding us through a little about 30-minute gentle yoga class. We're going to get started on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana, which is soles of the feet together. Maybe placing one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Just taking a moment here to arrive on your mat and notice your breath. Throughout our practice, we're going to be breathing in and out through our nose. If at any point you feel overheated, you can breathe out through your mouth. That'll expel a little bit of heat you've built. Straighten out our legs. Then I'm going to take my right leg up for half wind removing on the right. We're going to bring this folded leg into the outer edge of our ribs. You don't want it on top, you want it kind of on the side. So pull it over to your side and just give this leg a hug, stretching out your hip. Let's send this right leg over to the left, stacking the right hip directly on top of the left hip. We can use our left hand to guide this leg over, extending our right arm, gazing over our right shoulder. Getting a nice twist right in the beginning. On an inhale, I'm going to come back into the center, pull this right leg over to the side one more time, and then extend it. Now the left side. Half wind removing on the left, bend this leg, give it a hug, pull it onto the outer edge of your left rib cage. Bent left foot is active and flexed. Maybe you feel a little bit of discomfort here. Maybe your hip feels tight. Try and breathe into that. Don't go past your edge. Just come to your edge and then breathe. Send our left leg over to the right. You can use your right hand here to guide it. Left arm will extend out. You can cactus it if you like, and we'll gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale back to center, pulling the left leg up one more time and extending our legs out. Let's take our arms overhead, doing a big morning stretch head to toe. And then let's bring our knees in, give ourselves a big hug. Bring your forehead to your knees, give yourself a squeeze, and just thank yourself for coming today. Let's roll forward and back, up and down, until we get enough momentum to come to a comfortable seat, and then scoot back. I'm going to turn to the side just so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit better. We're going to start with Janusirsasana A. So we're going to take our right leg and bend it in. We want about a 90-degree angle here between this bent leg and this extended left leg here. Right sole of the foot comes along the inner left thigh. Let's inhale, our arms come up overhead, and we're using this time to square up our shoulders to our front leg. Exhale, folding. If you can't quite reach this foot, this might be a good time to use a strap or a towel to bind around the bottom of your left foot. We'll breathe here for 3 more breaths. Now, if you can, we're going to do a little side stretch here. So take your left forearm and bend it down. Now, if you can't quite make it flat to the ground, that's totally fine. Just hold it wherever you can. Right arm's going to come over top, and we're either going to be reaching for that left extended toe, or you can make a little bind here with it. Either way, you should feel a nice side stretch in your your right side body here. Great, release your grip if you've got it. Let's inhale ourselves up. Right arm comes about 6 inches behind the right glute, and we're going to inhale everything up, opening our chest. Left arm comes out over top for stargazer. Nice side body stretch there. I'm gonna lay it back down. Little abdominal challenge here if you want to switch out your feet without using your arms. So now we're just gonna do that little circuit on the right side here. Janusirsasana A to start. Left leg is bent at a 90-degree angle. Right leg is out in front. The right foot is flexed. Let's inhale, arms up, square off the shoulders to the right leg, and exhale, fold. Again, using a strap or a towel here to make that bind if you need to. All right, let's do that forearm to ground side stretch again. Right forearm is gonna come either to the ground or near it. Left arm sweeps over, either making contact with the toe or reaching for it. All right, let's release and inhale ourselves up. Left hand comes about 6 inches behind the left glute. We're going to inhale everything up, including our right arm. Stargazer, opening the side body up. And exhale, lower it down. I'm just going to scoop myself over into an all fours position here. However you can do that comfortably, go for it. Now that we're here, I'm gonna do some cat-cows. So on an exhale, we round our backs, bringing our shoulders to our ears. And inhale, drop the belly, look up. Shine your chest forward, cow. Exhale, shoulders to ears, cat. Inhale, cow. Continue here at your own pace. If you'd like to add dancing lion in on your cow, please do so. So the way you do that, you can start in a cat, and as you go back, as you'd be transitioning into your cow, you actually send your hips all the way back, kind of into a child's pose. Same arch of the back motion, pointing your tailbone up, shining your chest forward, and then just send yourself back up and into a cat on the top. Nice way to get a hip rotation in here. If you do decide to do dancing lion, just make sure you take it in both directions. All right, finish up whatever side you're on, and we're gonna meet in all fours. From here, we're gonna take our left arm and thread it through, putting the weight of our body on that left shoulder, giving it a nice stretch. And on your next inhale, use your right arm, press yourself up, plant your left hand, and then let's take that right arm and thread it through. Weight comes down onto our right shoulder. Nice shoulder stretch here. All right, on an inhale, use your left arm, press yourself up, and meet back in all fours. Now we're going to take fire hydrants, 10 on each side. So I'm gonna start with my right side. If you're not familiar with that, I'm gonna turn towards you. It's just like this. It's kind of a funny name, fire hydrants, like a dog. All right, so starting on the right, get your hands directly underneath your shoulder blades, spread your fingers wide, and let's go. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you want to send it back and do a little child's pose, get a little stretch, come back up to all fours, and we're going to do the left side. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant the knee, maybe a little child's pose, stretch it out. And coming back up. All right, now what I'm gonna do is a rainbow motion with my legs. So I'm gonna straighten out my right leg to start. Foot is flexed. I'm gonna bring it over here, and then all we're gonna do is trace a rainbow like this. So that's one trace. So we're gonna do 10 of those on each side. Same starting position, hands are underneath our shoulders, fingers spread wide. Let's take that right foot out, flex the foot, bring it out to the side, and let's trace 10. I'll pause in between sides. 10, 9, 8, 7, gaze is just out front of the mat, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down, take a little child's pose. All right, and now that left side. Reset your hands, left leg comes out, extend, flex your foot, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that knee down, send it back into child's pose. I don't know about you, but that definitely burns. Using your hands to send your tailbone into your knees. It's getting a nice little stretch here. Alright, now we're going to come into, we have a variety of options. I'm going to be doing dolphin. So this is a good dolphin, if you're going to come straight into dolphin, so we're on all fours. Forearms come parallel to one another, fingers are spread wide, and then we're going to send the knees up. So it's basically a forearm plank to start. And then if you want to work on strengthening your core to eventually get into headstands, where you go from here is you're just going to tiptoe your feet up. So this is the end goal. And then you just hold it here. Gaze is just between your hands. Now, maybe you're not quite there yet. Or maybe you're working on something else. So different options. We could do a modified forearm plank here. So if you want to come onto your knees, that's one option. Just make sure to tighten your abdominal muscles to protect your back. Other option, if that's not going to work for you, you could do a modified regular plank. That works too. So we have this kind of plank. You could do a modification on your forearms. If you wanted to just do like a regular forearm plank and hold here, that works as well. Or you can start working on eventually going into headstands, not today, but working on that dolphin. So a few more breaths here to play around wherever you are. All right, and then I'm gonna meet back just sitting on my knees. Give everyone a moment to meet up. All right, now we're gonna go into camel. So we're gonna come up onto our knees and bring them hip width distance. This is gonna be a little bit of a back bend, chest opener here. So again, different levels. Maybe you wanna take like a half camel on each side, that works. So you would bring your left hand to like where your left pocket would be, and then you'll just bring your right arm over. Hold there for a couple breaths, you come reset, and then switch out. So right hand to the right pocket, left arm up. That's a nice gentle camel. Another option, you can take both hands to both pockets and begin to bend back. Make sure to tighten your glutes to protect your back. Option 3, full camel. Start reaching for your heels. Head rolls back, gazing down your nose, and then just send your hips forward. Wherever you're at, we've got 3 breaths here. All right, on an inhale, slowly, safely come back up. And from here, we're gonna come into a down dog. So tuck your toes, send your knees up. If down dog is too much for you today, then take a variety of child's pose. We have, you could do child's pose with wide knees. You could do it with knees together for a bit more of a stretch along the back. You could also do a bit more of a puppy. So that would be rocking yourself forward and bringing your chest to the floor. It doesn't always have to be down dog. So that's where I'm gonna go, but whatever variety you'd like to take, that is a great option here. Maybe pedal out your feet. All right, wherever you are, if you have a way to safely come up to standing, I'm gonna be just walking my hands towards my feet, and then feet are hip width apart. Take a moment to set those up, and then I'm just gonna slowly come up to standing. When I get to the top, rolling my shoulders back. All right, I'm gonna bring my arms up overhead. Palms are together, gazing at my thumbs, and I'm gonna take a little back bend here. Squeezing my glutes to protect my lower back. Just a little back bend. And I'm gonna inhale, coming back up. Just turning to face you all so you can see what I'm doing. Now we're gonna take moon. So giving the arms a little rest, I'm gonna float them down, and then coming back up. Hands are together in a steeple grip, so that means you interlace the fingers, keep the index fingers pointed up. And let's just do a couple little back and forth motions, getting warmed up. Stretching the sides. All right, let's meet in the middle. And then on an exhale, we're going to fold over to the right side, stretching the left side body. All right, let's inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. All right, let's inhale back up to center. And exhale, let the arms come to the sides. Now we're gonna heel toe or just step our feet hip width apart. And we're gonna do a Padagustasana. So I'm gonna inhale, straighten my spine, and exhale, fold. Now, if you can't make contact with your feet, it's more than okay to bend your knees. So it's okay if it looks like this. Really the end goal here is to get the top of the thighs in contact with the belly. So what we'll do is we'll take our peace fingers, wrap them around our big toes. If your mobility does not allow you to reach your feet at all, then just take a forward fold here and get a nice stretch that way. If you're doing Padagustasana, peace fingers around the big toes. We'll inhale, lengthen, straightening the spine, and then exhale, fold. You can pull against your toes with those peace fingers, bending the elbows out to the sides, creating a deeper stretch. And as you can see, I'm just using the I'm using the pull against my toes to pull my torso further between, pulling my face between my legs. Alright, I'm going to inhale, lengthen, look forward, and then exhale, I'm going to take my hands and place them below my feet. Toes are touching my ankles, Padahastasana. I'm going to inhale, lengthen, looking forward, and exhale, fold, Padahastasana. We can use the elbows to create a deeper stretch, bending them out again here. Alright, I'm going to release my feet, and then I'm just going to walk back out and then lower down, coming to the floor eventually onto our bellies. So however you can safely get there is totally fine. And we're going to do a couple of back strengtheners. So first one is just a baby cobra. Our feet will stay together, glued to the floor. Hands are just in front of our chest. And let's inhale, lift our chest and lift our hands. So just hovering the hands off the mat, and let's breathe here for 3. Breathing for 2. On this inhale, come a little higher, and exhale, lower down. Taking rest, whatever ear feels more comfortable. All right, next is gonna be locust. So arms will be on the either sides of our body, just going down like this. This time we will keep our feet together, but they'll come up off the ground as well. So let's bring our head back into center, and on an inhale, lift everything up. Lift your chest, lift your feet. Arms are out behind us, lifted. Gaze is just in front of the mat. Let's breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Take the other cheek, take rest for a moment. You see me fidgeting, it's because somehow a colony of mosquitoes have made their way onto my screen porch today. Don't know how. Alright, last one like this. This one's a little bit more intense on the lower back, so if you're not feeling it today, or if your knees won't have it, take either the baby cobra, the locust we just did. If your back is happy, then we can do floor bow. So we're gonna bend our legs and grab for our feet here. Try and keep your knees glued together if you can, or your thighs glued together. You don't want your legs splaying out because this can be bad for the back. So let's keep those knees glued together as best we can, and then on inhale, we'll lift everything up. Gaze is directly out in front of us this time. Breathing for 3, 2, inhale a little higher, and exhale, lower down, take rest. Let's push it back into child's pose. Knees together this time for a little bit of a back stretch. From here, we'll come into rabbit. So we're just gonna rock forward to get set up. If you're getting a little bit sweaty like I am, you might wanna put a towel here. You can take your mat towel and kind of tuck it over your heels if you need a little bit more of a grip there. So the goal is to get the forehead in contact with the knees. We want little to no weight on the head. We'll rock forward, grab a hold of the knees, and then the pull that you're creating by grabbing grabbing your heels, you should feel a nice stretch along your upper back. This one's a little bit funky to get down at first, so just do your best. And on an inhale, hold on to your heels and just pull yourself up if you can. from here, I'm just gonna stay seated on my knees and I'm gonna tuck my toes under. Get a little toe stretch here. This can be pretty intense. If it's too intense for you, maybe take one at a time. You can rock forward on your hands if you need to take a little bit of that pressure off. Now, if this is totally fine, we're gonna add on a little bit of a shoulder arm stretch here. So I'm gonna bring my right arm up, and the goal is to get this hand right in between my shoulder blades. Now I'll take this left arm, grab my elbow over the head, and pull towards my left side. That'll create a bit of a deeper stretch. Now, maybe you're here, that's great. Maybe you want to do a bind. Take this left hand and reach for it. And then just grip. You can pull into one another. Now, if you're there, and if you're feeling good, now gaze up. That should create even a deeper stretch along the back of your arm there. If this is too intense on the toes, feel free to just sit back down onto your heels. You don't have to be elevated up on those toes, but if it's not too much, it might be a nice little stretch. All right, if you've got a bind, release it, and we're just gonna switch out. So this time, left arm comes up, bringing that left hand between the shoulder blades, right arm over, pulling on that elbow for setup, feeling that stretch, and then I'm gonna reach behind and bind. Gazing up, creating a deeper stretch here. All right, I'm gonna release, and then I'm just gonna twist over onto all fours again. And if you had your feet like that, maybe pedal them out. That was a lot. On the toes, on the tops of the feet. All right, from here, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a bird dog. So coming into all fours, stacking your shoulders right on top of your wrists. Hips are stacked on top of the knees. Let's inhale the right arm out, left leg out. Left leg is active, right arm is active. Let's just hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's drop it down, and other side. Left arm out, right leg extends. Right foot is flexed. Left arm is active. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring it back down. Inhale, right arm, left leg out one more time, and let's do 5 pulses. 5 crunches. So right arm to left knee, 5, and then extend. 4. Inhale, extend, crunch. 3, 2, and 1. One more extension, and then place it down. Let's do the other side. Left arm extends, right leg extends. Crunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Returning to all fours. Comfortably make your way to a seat, legs out in front of you. We're gonna do Paschimottanasana A and B. If you can't reach your toes here, this is another great opportunity to use a towel or a strap. Just bind it around the bottom of your feet, and then you can use that for a little bit of leverage. If you can reach your toes, no problem. Paschimottanasana A, peace fingers around the big toes, lock them here. We'll inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's inhale, lengthen, and we'll release. And then we're gonna take our hands, if you're a little bit more bendy, and we'll wrap them around the bottom of the feet. Should be the deepest stretch of the day. Let's inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Breathing for 5, 4, breathing 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, let's come up, release the feet, and now we're gonna do just a seated twist. So we'll take the right leg and bring it over, bring the right foot just flat on the ground outside of the left knee. And for the first one, let's grab this right knee with the left arm and then look over our right shoulder. Using the right hand as a kickstand, gaze out the corner of your eyeballs, giving your eyes a little bit of a stretch here. Breathe for 5. Breathing 4, 3, 2, and 1. Little counter stretch here. And then I'm just gonna switch it out. So left leg bends over the right leg this time. We'll grab a hold of this bent leg with the right arm. Left arm kickstands, gazing over the left shoulder. Gazing out the corner of the eyes, giving the eyeballs a stretch here. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time, little counter stretch here. All right, let's lengthen the legs out. Little abdominal challenge here if you want it. If not, just slowly go down, arms out, and as slow as you can, lower yourself down onto the mat. All right, now we're back where we started. Let's do a half one removing again. So inhale, right leg up, grabbing the right knee, pulling it into the outer edge of the rib cage. Let's send it over, stacking right hip on top of left. Right arm extends and gaze over the right shoulder. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back to center, squeezing that right leg in one more time, and then lengthen. Left leg comes up, give it a squeeze, half wind removing, and let's send it over the right, stacking left hip on top of right. Left arm extends, gazing over the left shoulder, breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's inhale, come back to center, release the legs, and let's inhale, grab your knees, give yourself a big squeeze, forehead to your knees, thank yourself one more time for being here, and then release into Supta Baddha Konasana. Arms are over the head, soles of the feet together, knees are splayed out. Take a moment of rest here. Maybe your heart's still pounding, maybe it's coming back down a little bit. Just taking notice of your body here. And from here, whenever you're ready, just lengthen the legs out. Arms will come on either side of the body. Palms facing up. Thighs roll out. And just surrender into your mat, Shavasana. Take rest. Shavasana is a good time to notice sounds around you, little mini meditation. Any thoughts that may come, notice them and allow them to pass. Just go back to focusing on sounds. I invite you to stay in this Shavasana as long as you'd like. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.